something. Um, I watched, or I am watching, a video that's talking about a big surprise simulation theory, and there's something that I've seen other people talk about and read about that leads me to a question, like a thought experiment. If your central nervous system was inactive, deactivated, what would your experience in this place be? Right? And I mean that in the same sense, like thinking about whether or not this is a, simulation, not in terms of like a video game or a movie or virtual reality necessarily, but just simulation in terms of, are you experiencing what this really is? Are you experiencing the same thing you would experience without this avatar? Because many religions view this experience as a stopping point, as a stepping stone. So your consciousness goes somewhere else after this, according to many belief systems. I won't even just say religions. So if that is the case, thinking about it from both perspectives, if you were to not have a functioning central nervous system, um, that would render you without the senses that connect you to this experience, to this reality. Um, it wouldn't get rid of your life force. It wouldn't get rid of your capability to be, but it would get rid of your capability to feel, to interpret those feelings and those senses. On the opposite side of that spectrum, what if your what if your senses were exponentially heightened? What if you could see different spectrums than you can see, more of the spectrums that, for instance, cats and dogs and animals can see? You could hear more of the range that is around you of sounds. What if you could feel much more intensely with your skin? You know, these are things that I think some people strive for, aspire toward, but if this were to happen very suddenly and intensely, would you be able to handle that? Would you be able to regulate those impulses and those neurons firing so intensely? I don't know. This isn't something that I'm necessarily planning on making. I actually am. I'm probably gonna make a video about this and talk about this uh, in more detail. But I just wanted to put it somewhere, and I'm doing that on YouTube now versus Instagram. Um, so yeah, I just thought that that was interesting to think about. You know, maybe not so much the lack thereof, because without the central nervous system, that's all that we have as far as context goes with this reality, with this experience. Without that, what is it? We call it brain dead. I don't know that that's necessarily true. The brain still works when you're in a coma. Is a coma the same thing as being without a central nervous system? Most times not. You can still hear, you can still feel in some senses, you may just not be able to move. But the more interesting version of this thought experiment, in my opinion, is thinking about the concept of very quickly either having, an extreme progression in your senses, or just all at once having all of it. you know? Very science fiction-y, very comic book like. Um, I just wanted to put this somewhere because I'm working on I'm researching right now for the Morgellons documentation video. Look out for Charlie. Just put out a video recently pointing out some new papers that came out via PubMed, published medical journal, and it is interesting. They're admitting some things that many have been saying. He specifically has been saying this for years and years and years. I have been saying it for a significant amount of time. Others have also. They're very slowly beginning to admit some things and acknowledge some things that at first were not being acknowledged, i.e., what is it? Paranoid parasitosis is what they were labeling many people with, heartbreakingly, because those people need help, and they were essentially calling them crazy and dumping psych meds on them. So I'm gonna do a documentation video. I'm researching for it right now. I've got a lot of peer-reviewed studies and articles that I'm reading currently. It fucking sucks, but it is interesting, and I do think that it'll be a good one. It's all of my documentation videos are scary. They're not fun to think about, but they're important to think about. They're kind of fun to me because of I guess I'm like a contrarian or something. Anyway, I'm babbling now. So new documentation video soon, and I appreciate it. I will see you guys soon. Bye.